Hello, good morning student of class 12 commerce. Welcome to Pandasar's virtual class on developmental economies. And today our topic of discussion is environment and sustainable development. So we need to first understand why at all we should know more about environment and what is the meaning of sustainable development, because related to development we have discussed a lot in our previous classes. So, going to the background or to the history, since our development, our planners have adopted many developmental programs in the shape of 5-year plans, and the volume of our production as well as consumption activities has increased enormously. So what actually happens when the volume of consumption and production rises? So in order to produce more goods, we need to use more resources, and resources are the element of our environment. So when we extract more resources, when we process more resources in order to produce more and more goods, somewhere we are just tampering with the carrying capacity of our environment. When discussing environmental crisis, we'll have a detailed discussion about what is carrying capacity of our environment. In brief, I can say this much, that environment is full of many natural resources, and we use those natural resources to produce different goods. And during the production process and during the consumption process, many waste materials are also generated. So, environment takes its own time to regenerate the resources that we are using, and at the same time our environment has a limited capacity to assimilate or absorb the toxic waste that we are producing during the process of production and consumption. So both are limited, not unlimited. Both are capacity, that is regenerating newer resources and absorbing the toxic material. In both the capacity, environment has a limit. So in order to cater to the increasing demand of our planet, that is population is growing, our consumption pattern is changing, and at the same time, earlier when we were satisfied with fewer goods, now we have made it complex. Now we need more goods, and that's why we extract more natural resources, and the result is somewhere and somehow tampering with the carrying capacity of our environment. So the real problem actually starts when we try to produce more and when we extract more natural resources. So before going in detail to that, we first discuss what is environment. Environment is our surrounding. Everything that we find around us is part of our environment. And more interestingly, the things, the resources, all biotic as well as abiotic, animals, birds, forest, plant, rocks, mountains, sea, ocean, land, everything, whatever we find in our surrounding are the elements of our environment, and somehow directly or indirectly they have some impact on our lives, and all are interrelated with each other. So when there is a complex relationship among the elements of our environment, and they have a certain degree of impact on human life, then obviously we must be cunning enough, prudent enough while using those things. And next we are coming to discuss the functions of our environment. Environment mainly has four functions. The first is it supplies us with resources. We get resources for our survival. Some of the resources are renewable, whereas some of the resources are non-renewable, like food, like fish, like plant. These are some of the renewable resources. Whereas some resources like fossil fuel, they are non-renewable. Nature takes very, very long time to regenerate them. Hence, all the resources are supplied by our environment. The second function of environment is environment assimilates. Just I told you, when we are involved in production activities or consumption activities, many waste materials are produced which are of no use for human being, but they remain intact in the environment. And here comes the real trouble, and the environment has to somehow digest it, assimilate it. So it is the second function of environment that assimilates all the waste product that are the result of the production process and consumption process. The thirdly comes sustain life. Our planet, the Earth, being the only planet having life, is somewhat unique, and it has plenty of all those elements of our environment that supports life, like water, like soil, like sunlight. So all these things are part of our environment, and without these things or these elements, we cannot imagine of life. Life cannot sustain. Hence, our environment sustains life on this planet and makes it the most unique planet in the solar system. Next, provides aesthetic services. Environment provides aesthetic services. Little bit literature in nature. See, we are surrounded with many beautiful things around us, like the greenery of forest, like the streams, like the seas, oceans, mountain ranges. So all these things are scenic beauty of our environment. And when we dwell in such a surrounding, then of course our standard of life, of course our quality of life gets enhanced. And that's why we can say that environment gives us or provides us aesthetic services in the form of beauty of nature. So these are all functions of our environment. Now we shift our discussion to environmental crisis. Everything in ancient time, everything was natural, everything was going smoothly. But once the population increased beyond the limit, beyond the capacity, once the greed of human being increased beyond the capacity, the real problem started. And the result is environmental crisis. So, what are environmental crises? We can see here global warming, ozone depletion, of course the reason being more and more use of chemicals like chlorine and bromine, overuse and misuse of resources. Sometimes we overuse means we over extract the natural resources beyond the regenerating capacity of the nature. So this is yet another environmental crisis. The opportunity cost of negative environmental impact. Negative environmental impact. The reason is what is negative What is opportunity cost? We know it very well in our economics classes. And negative environmental impact. When it happens, we are testing nuclear bombs. It has great negative effects on human life and the biodiversity. We are over extracting the nature. It has a negative impact. And due to over extraction, what happens? Already some of the resources have already vanished or become extinct, and many are on the verge of extinction. And in near future, we have to manage without those resources, because nature would not have those resources. So what? We cannot change our habit. So we will explore newer technology. We have to spend more on research work so that we can explore more or better technology which can replenish them. So all these involves great cost. And this is nothing but negative environmental impact. And for this, we are paying a great price. Next, supply-demand reversal of environmental resources. Very simple thing. Supply-demand reversal. That means, what was the demand, the volume of demand of natural resources in this planet before 2 centuries was very, very less than what was the supply, what nature had at that time. But now the situation has changed over 2 centuries, and now how much we demand, how much resources we demand, nature doesn't have that much resources. So this thing is called supply-demand reversal. Means over 2 centuries, the demand-supply situation of natural resources has just got altered. And this is yet another environmental crisis. So after that, come to environmental degradation. So when it comes to environmental degradation means the quality of the elements of our environment getting degraded so that they can satisfy our want lesser than what they used to. Here comes pollutions like air pollution, like water pollution, like noise pollution, then deforestation. We need more area to build home for accommodation. That's how we need to cut, or we need to do deforestation. Then land degradation in order to feed the alarmingly increasing population. We need to use more of pesticides, we need to use more of fertilizers, and the ultimate result is land degradation. The quality of soil is getting worse and worse time to time. Then biodiversity loss. Due to all these crises and all these degradation, what happens? Many of the species are already extinct, and some of the species are on the verge of extinction. So, when environment plays such an important role in our life to sustain, to keep intact the biodiversity, then of course we cannot ignore it. We have to seriously put a thought on the regions of environmental degradation and how they can be overcome, so that we can leave an earth, a dwelling place, this planet, to our coming generation in the quality that we inherited it from our ancestors. So this much for today. So this is all about the basics of environment, and we will continue to 3 more videos to complete this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.